So, a lot of things. I've been gone for a while, and those are fireworks that you just heard, because I'm recording this on New Year's Eve. So yeah, I've been gone for a minute. I just want to make things clear. I'm fine. I am fine. I'm okay. I just had some things to deal with, some personal issues, and I'm good now. And I promise you those are fireworks. I'm literally recording on New Year's Eve. Another thing is, I figured, oh wait, no. The new mini pass is out, and I did not pay attention because I didn't claim my rewards from the previous mini pass. So I guess they're gone now because there's no way for me to go back and get my rewards. So I guess I lost my rewards. Oops. Whatever. It's fine. And last thing, this video is just gonna be about it's gonna be a little on the shorter side. I just want to get a message across that Rumble is not fun. Rumble is not enjoyable. I feel like Rumble needs a massive overhaul in order for it to be anything above interesting. Ooh, how do I want to do this? Yeah, sure. So Rumble is a very flawed game mode, honestly, and I'm fighting a level 15 barbarian, so that's great. So I'm gonna lose this. If it weren't for invincibility, I wouldn't have lost, but apparently that's fair. Which brings me to my first issue with Rumble. You have to play perfect in order to win Rumble. Like, you gotta play near perfect. Like, you could only lose one time at most, and it's like, sometimes a loss is inevitable just because, you know, you're fighting a deck that can counter yours. And there's no way to really work around it because, you know, you can't change decks or anything. You're kind of just stuck with whatever deck that you took to Rumble, and it's pretty unfair, if I'm being honest. I have to say that now. It's pretty unfair, if I'm being completely honest, because let's say, you know, I have this Archer Queen deck, right? And then my enemy is like Wave Master Valkyrie, or runs Countess or Miner, or any other, you know, heroes that can counter the Archer Queen. It's unfair because you can't really account for that, so you're kind of just stuck. Tell me I won. Oh my gosh, that's crazy. So it's like, you're kind of just stuck fighting a losing battle, and it sucks. If I'm being completely honest, it's really not a fun experience for me or anyone who's playing Rumble. Spear Goblin's gonna get a guaranteed hit on the Gizmo, so I don't think I need to move it. Plus, I want it next to the Archer Queen to get that speed buff. So yeah, Rumble, you have to be perfect, and sometimes you just lose from the get-go because you're fighting against the composition that counters yours. And it's like you can't, you know, switch decks or anything, which, you know, that would be my first piece of advice I give it. Have it to where you can bring multiple decks with you to Rumble. And it's like in the first round or so, you can bring, in the first round, you get to choose a deck. And then the second round, you get to choose another deck. And then the third round, you know, you get to choose that last deck that you didn't pick. And then, when you get to the semifinals, you can choose between one of your 3 decks. And then when you get to the finals, you can choose one of your 3 decks. I feel like if you're just given the option to choose decks in-game as opposed to having to be stuck with one deck, that would make Rumble a little more enjoyable, and it wouldn't be so, you know, fixed, because Rumble does feel fixed in some ways. And Clash Royale has this thing where they have like duels decks, because, you know, they have this game mode called Duels where it's basically best 2 out of 3. And we can apply that to Rumble. Like, you know, we can have our own like Rumble decks. Like, there's Rumble deck number 1, Rumble deck number 2, and Rumble deck number 3 if you make it to game 3. But that's if you make it to game 3, because sometimes you lose your first 2 games and it's like there's no point of playing because you lost your first 2 games, and it's like even if you win your next game, it won't matter because you already lost your first 2, so you're out of the round. Which I feel like if you just lose your first 2 games, you should just automatically, you know, lose. Like, don't make me fight like a pointless match that I won't care about, because, like I said, it's just pointless. There's no reason for me to win, for me to play if I'm just gonna lose, and I'm gonna lose here. God damn it. And I understand that a problem with that would be, you know, if you lose your 2 matches and automatically, you know, disconnect from the game, what will happen is one of your opponents won't have an enemy to fight against. And honestly, I wish I had a workaround for that, but I can't lie, I can't really think of anything. That would be a good workaround for having one less opponent. I wish I could tell you that I had an idea, but I honestly don't. And I don't like giving criticism without having any feedback to support my arguments. So, I don't know. I wonder what you guys think about that. What would be a good workaround for matches where, you know, that are pointless because you lost your first 2 matches, like I'm about to right now. So like this right here, like this is completely pointless. Like, I don't care what happens in this next match because either way I still lose the whole thing. Yeah. I don't know. I really don't know. Let's see, what else? There's something else. I just can't think of it. You think that I have a script ready for videos like these. Oh! I just thought of it. Okay. So, I don't know why, but when you're playing in a Rumble, you have different gizmos than everyone else. I don't know why. I think it is so unfair because there's gizmos out there like the Saint Mirror, cough cough. If you can't already tell by now, I hate the Saint Mirror, but there's some gizmos out there that are exceedingly strong, like very powerful. And it's like, if you're gonna give one player access to that gizmo, everyone should have access to it. I'm not saying that everyone has to play the same gizmo, but they should be given the option to play that gizmo if they want to. Like how in duels, right? Do you have, I promise you those are fireworks. Like in duels, you know, your gizmo selections, you have the choice between 3 different gizmos and they're the same across both opponents. So if I can play Saint Mirror, my opponent can play Saint Mirror. If I can play Training Camp, my opponent can play Training Camp. We don't have to play the same gizmo, but if you know, we have the option to pick from the same list. And with Rumbles, I don't know why, but you don't get that. Or I guess, if I were to guess why we don't have that option, it's probably because in Rumble, you're fighting people from different, I guess, trophy ranks. And some gizmos are locked behind a trophy requirement. So that might mean that some people who are lower trophies and shouldn't have access to some gizmos won't have access to them because they don't have enough trophies. But then again, like, one, that's just an issue with matchmaking, which I wish I could say that it's an issue with matchmaking being in beta, but honestly, Rumble's been pretty dead. Like, I wanted to make this video a while ago, talking about why Rumble is pretty bad. But I couldn't because I wanted to have Rumble gameplay to prove my points. And I wasn't getting any Rumble gameplay because no one was playing Rumble. At least not in the trophy range I was at. Oh boy, that's a free win. So yeah, it was just tough because I didn't have anyone to play against. But now I do, and things are better now. So yeah, I feel like I don't know. I feel like there's not a problem with, you know, making exceptions. Like, I feel like it should take the trophy average of the Rumble room and then make, you know, get the trophy average of the room, and then based on the trophy average decide, okay, what gizmos can be used and what gizmos are off limits. That's the best solution I can think of. I'm being serious. That's literally the best thing I can think of from the top of my head. Because because of the fact that some gizmos are just absolutely game breaking, like, it's not fair to not have the option of a certain gizmo while others have the option. Like, see, my opponent's running Elixir Collector, but I think I never got the option of running Elixir Collector, so you see what I mean? Like, it's pretty unfair. I'm gonna lose this one. I lost every Rumble. Honestly, Rumble is so unfun that I don't even care. But yeah, I don't know. I feel like Rumble just needs an overhaul if it's going to be a feature that remains in the global launch. Like, I still think Clash Mini is going to go global. I still really think that. I still think that we're closer to it now than we are before. But I feel like if Rumble were to stay as a part of the game, like, it needs an overhaul. Like, it needs some massive changes and improvements, because the way that it is now just isn't fun and isn't engaging, and in some ways is unfair. Like, I see posts on Reddit about people gaining like 80 trophies in a Rumble match, and I'm just like, what? And honestly, that's one of the least of my concerns, honestly. Like, it's just a glitch. Or it's either a glitch or it's because, you know, trophy differences. Like, there are people in low-level trophies that are beating people with higher-level trophies, and so they get, like, a lot more trophies because of it. But, yeah, those are my 2 cents on Rumble. I wonder what you guys think about it. And, Happy New Year, because this video will... I say I'm recording this on New Year's Eve, but it will not go up until at the very earliest New Year's Day. So, yeah, that's all. Take care of each other and love each other. Peace. Happy 2023.